Good morning, Barstow. I'm Susanna King.
And I'm Amara Patel. Susanna, how was your long weekend?
It was good. I really enjoyed having a little break before getting back into the swing of things for this school year.
Yeah, I enjoyed the extra day too. I'm excited to be back and hosting my first show. So let's get started with the intro. To start us off with some announcements, middle school virtual back to school night is this Wednesday, September 9th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m.
Also this Wednesday evening is the private high school's college fair. The event will be held virtually this year, so pre-register with the link on the college counseling calendar to attend. Keep checking the college counseling calendar all semester for virtual visits with admissions counselor, and make sure to sign up for those on Naviance.
Lower school families learning remotely, there is another opportunity to pick up supplies for students at Barstow this Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the main lobby.
You know, Amara, I'm really looking forward to seeing some theater productions this year.
I am too. Let's check in with Maddie and Mr. Kohler to learn more about the virtual setup for this year's upper school musical, Zombie Prom.
Something the theater department, as well as the Barstow community, looks forward to every year is the upper school musical. With the possible risk of COVID increasing with the full auditorium and singing into a crowd, this option simply isn't safe. But because theater is such an important part of Barstow, everyone is working super hard to create an experience that mimics the incredible shows Barstow has produced in the past. For the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes and showing you just how much work is going into this year's musical, Zombie Prom Atomic Edition. For now, let's check in with Mr. Kohler to see what this process is going to look like and what the show is.
So my first question is, what is this play about, and maybe why did you choose it for this year?
So Zombie Prom is kind of it was originally an off-Broadway musical. It's very kind of a cult, but it also takes place in a high school. So it's a little bit like Grease in that way. So it starts off and everything's fine, and this girl meets this boy, and he's sort of a new kid in town, but he's sort of an outcast. And he drives his motorcycle, he's the bad boy, off into a nuclear reactor and comes back a zombie. But sort of very much in a comedy way instead of a scary way. And then he wants to go to prom, and so that's the title, Zombie Prom. And we're doing what's called the Atomic Edition. What all that really means is it's a version that was made for schools. It's a one-act version, so that we could do it online.
That's awesome. So obviously a typical rehearsal is going to look a lot different this year, with some kids being online and some being in person. So what do you think a normal rehearsal is going to look like?
That's a good question. What will a normal rehearsal look like? I think we're going to discover that. Rehearsals will happen in the after school time. So between the hours of 4 and 6 is how we're going to start. There are some kids that are here in school, so they'll go to the auditorium and socially distance themselves across the auditorium so they can learn the parts. We'll still teach the music and kind of talk about it that way. But everyone's going to have to go home. And if you look over here in my classroom here, we've set up a virtual studio so every kid is going to get a pack, and we've made a little home recording kit. So we're sending them home with a green screen, a light kit, a microphone, some clips so they can hang things up in their room. Of course, they get the script and the score, they'll go with them too. I'm even giving a power strip so they can kind of set up their whole thing. So they'll take this home with them, and then at home, they're gonna set up a studio for themselves. So we've kind of set one up here in the classroom. So with the green screen, pinned to the wall, set up here on a desk, showing them how to put their computer or their camera up so that they can get a best view of them. We've got some home lights, some LED lights to help them, because what we learned this summer was lighting seems to be one of the most important factors in doing video. And then we'll send them all home with a microphone kit, and so they can either clip this on for some scenes, or hopefully there's even enough room in their house where they can stand up and we can do choreography videos. And then we're doing a green screen so that we can use virtual backgrounds for them, so we can superimpose the background of the school or the prom room, or the lead girl, her name is Toffee, and there's a scene that takes place in her bedroom. So we can put all of those virtual backgrounds up there, and it becomes almost like not doing a live stage musical, but almost like we're putting together a movie musical.
Yeah, that was my next question. Is we obviously can't have an auditorium full of people, so how is this final product maybe going to be different but still have some of the elements of a normal musical?
Yeah, so it'll still have the scenes and all the songs, and there'll even be choreography. And of course, most of them will be filmed in these studios and then put together, in scenes. So if two people are talking to each other, we'll have the windows next to each other so they can be in the scene together. And then we'll edit it together with the help of BTVN, and we'll add some special effects, some filters, and some graphics on it, so it'll look really slick. And then people will watch it at home. So they'll still purchase a ticket. They go online. It's almost like watching a video on demand on Amazon or something. So you go and you say, I want to watch that. I want to watch Zombie Prom, and they'll click on it. They'll buy their ticket, and it'll give them a code that they can then put in so that they can view the video.
Great piece. Don't forget rehearsals start this week after school for the musical.
And that's what we have for you today. I'm Amara.
And I'm Susanna. Have a terrific Tuesday, Barstow.